Hey there, meatheads. It's Christian with a quick message about Instacart. Hey, just checking before we go any further. Are you running low on snacks? Are you running low on any kind of beverages? I know I am, and I really don't want to go out there. So why don't we let the good folks at Instacart help us out? They can get your order delivered to your door in as little as 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That's pretty damn quick if you ask me. Not only that, they're offering our meatheads, our beloved meatheads, a special offer. You can get free priority delivering with an order of $10 or more just by clicking a link that is going to be in our episode description and our show notes. Again, you can look in our episode description, our show notes, and anywhere else we're going to be posting this link because we're going to try and get you to post it. This is a great way to support the podcast and help us keep doing what we love doing, and not just being ridiculous. So thank you again, and click that link. Get yourself some snacks. You deserve it. You really do. You had a hard week, man.
And welcome to the National Beach Treasure Podcast with your host, Sasha, aka Donna Summers. Went to a really cool bar last night. They had that DJ. Yo, I was so
Donna
annoyed.
Summers is so sexy.
I really can't recall what she looks like. So this is the racism in me. I get like Anita Baker, Donna Summers, like Angela Bassett. I get like all the most famous black women confused because they all kind of have the same look because it's from the same era. So like if I couldn't pick Donna Summers out of a lineup with a gun to my head, but
Anita Baker and Donna Summer do not look alike. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. But I went to this bar and like it was like kind of like I thought it was like an 80s night because it was like Donna Summers, Cherry, and then like they would throw in like a random Beyonce, and I was like, this DJ is fire. But then I went to what's it called, Willis Show Bar in Detroit. I went to the Instagram to find out who the DJ was, and they didn't have anything posted, and I was pissed off. So if you were the DJ at Willis Show Bar in Detroit and you were there on Saturday, February, what is it? What's it, 26th? Hit me up. Let's work because you're the greatest DJ in the world.
All right. And it's your boy, Bernardo from the West Side Story. That was because his accent is all funky and I love it. I won't go into the tirade yet, but be forewarned. This is going to be West Side Story heavy. Go ahead. Let them know who you are, Joey.
I'm Joey from the National Meat Treasure Podcast, and I want to say R.I.P. Donna Summer. She died 10 years ago.
Yeah.
In a couple of months.
Ass woman, bro.
Yeah, she was bad at 63. She was bad.
Oh, bro. She was the whole career. Like, my mom grew up in New York City, in Queens during the 60s and the 70s.
Not pull out.
She so like I had my mom's posters, I had my mom's records, all the tapes. So I was looking at that lady since I was a young little boy. So I've always loved Donna Summers. Listen, speaking of things from the past, where I'm gonna talk about the we're not the typical male podcast because I'm going to talk about something I really love, and that's musicals, Broadway. I really love it. I'm tired of hiding it. I'm tired of like telling people, like revealing this very late on in my life that I really love it. And not only that, I really love the West Side Story. Like I have done reads in classes. I have played the characters in it, all kinds of characters from Tony to Bernardo to fucking Chino. Like I love it. And this new movie that came out, perfect. Literally, Tony is a dreamboat. You guys already got to see who I was talking about, right?
I did.
Baby Driver. Okay, so it turns out it's the guy from Baby Driver. Like I said, his name is something like crazy that I can't pronounce, and it's
Ansel
like
Elgort.
Yeah, Elgort.
Yeah, he's
Elgort.
Tall as hell, and he's pretty and handsome, and so this is like New York after World War II, and so it's beautiful. I had like low hopes going into it because there's been like reproductions made of it, and more specifically like the CBS like version. Like it was more like a soundstage, and they just moved things over and over. So this was great to see an actual backdrop of New York City, and just see everything good. Man, I don't know. There's a lot of feelings, and there's a lot of romance in this movie. This movie is the Romeo and Juliet like type of film, the two families that are warring and the forbidden love. So, and I'm a sucker for that shit. So I'm tired of it, boys. We got to break it down. We got to break the sypsis down. Burn the whole thing down, Pookie.
All right, I'm gonna say just first off, like you never had to hide your interest. There's literally pictures of me on the internet wearing lipstick. I'm wearing nail polish right now.
This
I've
is
said, I've said on
the
this
social
podcast,
construct.
I wish I could suck dick. So don't blame society, blame yourself, my friend. Like I said, I wish I was pansexual. I'd be unstoppable.
Imagine if you were like, I could see you like climbing to the actual top. The top
do you
of the
realize?
world.
No. Do you realize the finance?
You would end the conflict.
If I fucked like old white men, if I was like making old white men fall in love with me, I would have so much fucking money, dude.
We could send you to Russia and be a diplomatic, effort, and then you sleep with Vladimir Putin, and you
love to suck Putin's dick, dude. That's sucking a world dictator's dick. That's got to be crazy, dude. Because it's not like you're gonna suck his dick in a fucking like a Ford Accord in fucking a movie theater parking lot. Like you're sucking that dick in a fucking mansion, dude. And one of those Russian things with the Kremlin, big swirly like turnip. You know how the Russian architecture has that like swirly turnip thing at the top of the fucking.
Yeah. Joey has stayed silent, and it's almost like he is frozen. And if he is frozen, blink twice.
If I'm frozen, blink twice.
Oh yeah, you came in, but it's froze on one particular frame on you, and it was just you looking very suspect at Justin's face.
If I'm gonna suck a dick, it's gonna be a very powerful dick. It's gonna be a dick that can cause World War, and I might like. I feel like if Putin wanted to fuck me, like who am I to refuse him?
Yeah.
Also, how old is Putin? Putin's like, if Putin's over 60, he's not put together too bad.
No, he's not. He still be riding horses.
Yeah, he did judo for a long time. Actually,
he's 69. Oh my god! If Putin's that hot at 69, I'm gonna be hot forever, dude.
Oh no!
One of his childhood friends and judo teacher is a rich oligarch that he put into power when he assumed power. So he's been, he said, open up your gym, bro. Open all over.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
That's believing in your friend to the umpteenth degree. He's like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna bring you up with me. So I'm gonna take you. You're gonna be the executive secretary of the inside, of the interior, of the exterior bubble bath judo king. That's what you'll be, my best friend. You know what? What if we do that for each other? If we bring each other up, like,
absolutely,
and we assume some kind of world power. Yeah, I'm gonna make you guys a part of my cabinet. Like,
if I become the president of the United States, it's gonna be lit.
Justin is immediately ahead of the Secretary of Education.
Yes,
immediately.
So I randomly Googled Putin's mistress just to see if anything showed results.
What?
And there's apparently rumors he has a secret girlfriend who is a gymnast that is valued at $100 million in quote unquote shadow wealth. Russian President Vladimir Putin's longtime mistress has an estimated net worth of $100 million in quote unquote shadow wealth, including swanky apartments, a yacht. And despite her modest background, a trove of newly leaked documents reveal Svetlana. Of course, I'm not going to be fucking Svetlana. Come on. Putin. You can't get a little. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name.
That's a Becky.
Krivanogink?
Yeah, let's.
ArivonoGikh. 46 has been romantically linked with the Russian strongman since he was still deputy mayor of her hometown, St. Petersburg, and reportedly has a daughter with him. So, I mean, if $100 million is going to a miscellaneous white bitch in her 40s, I could get two off Putin by sucking that meat. So, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Let's do
I'm
this.
eating.
Let's start the
I'm eating
diplomatic
those
effort.
balls like fucking matzah.
You know who we got to get on the phone also? Dennis Rodman. Let's get him on the phone. He knows how to work with those guys. And then we get a little powwow going. And then, what happens. I'll do sound. I'll make sure that we track this moment in history and we commemorate it with like a gold-plated something. I don't know, like a USB stick. Like
Maybe it's the drugs, but I'm super horny now thinking about like. Oh, you're laughing now. Wait till this image. I'm in my head. The image is right. It's Putin fucking me in the ass. This is a photo shoot. Putin's fucking me in the ass.
Joey looks so disappointed.
We're both covered in oil, and Rodman's cheering me on while I jerk off, and you're doing the sound for this production. That would be hot. I'm really turned on by power, so I'm also on Adderall right now. So it's just Adderall turns me up.
Listen, I'm loving this. Because we're striving for world peace. We're not having sex just for having sex anymore. We're taking control.
How many mgs on the Addies?
It's a 20 milligram, and I just broke it in half and snorted it.
So damn.
Wow. Damn. Okay.
Damn, bro.
Euphoria.
All right,
fucking just turned into an episode of Euphoria with him.
I feel like so when I ingest Adderall, my dick does not work, which is weird. So I just snort them, and it doesn't happen to me.
Oh.
Sometimes when I'm jerking, that's way too much info for the podcast.
Wow. Wow. We should be at least 1,000 subscribers before you start dropping shit like that. Okay. You still have a job. Like this will come back to you.
I don't talk about this. I don't talk about this at work, and nobody talks to me. So
that's good. Keep it that way because nobody wants to hear that you need to jerk it
also,
while you're on Adderall.
I'm prescribed this, so it's fine.
Allegedly. Wait, no. Allegedly, you did any of this.
You should do that at work one day. You should just like break up a Tylenol and snort it. They can't really do anything to you because it's Tylenol.
Yeah, no, they can't. I mean, but it's a dumb way to do something.
Tylenol.
First of all, snorting shit is never dumb because the drip is the coolest thing in the world.
See, I feel like a real deterrent for me ever trying cocaine
is that drip.
Just being scared. I don't know anything about the drip. I'm just scared of snorting things. I'm scared. I'm dead shook of it. Like,
dude, I love snorting things. I wish I could snort food.
What?
You know what?
This is like a South Park episode where you're gonna boof a turkey. Like you just
I don't think I took stuff up my ass, but I would definitely. Snorting things is cool.
Could you wait? What are you gonna be snorting? Are you gonna pulverize everything?
Don't snort Molly though. That burns like a motherfucker. Don't do that. But Molly, the thing about Molly is like, there's no good way to ingest Molly because like Molly tastes disgusting. It is the most disgusting tasting thing. Like food, drug, it's just horrible in your mouth. But snorting it burns like you're going to die, and you're definitely not supposed to snort it. So again, this is stuff I should be giving out on 1,000 subscriptions, but. This is like a Patreon level bullshit right now.
This really is. This is like a third degree member. Like somebody, on the 4th tier, donating like $25 a month to get this kind of like content. So I don't know, man. The bag is secured, but it's also prices have got to go up. Inflation's hitting us too.
I really do want to try Molly. I'm gonna try to do some research on how I can maybe make that happen with my medication combinations.
I know you should be fine.
Snort them all?
Nah. Sasha told us one time. He was like, "Oh no, if you're on SSRIs, you're not supposed to do that. You can't do MDMA."
Really?
So I'm like,
"Damn,
yeah,
that's dumb."
I mean, that's what I read on Reddit, and I'm not on SSRIs, so I didn't obviously do like that much research. It was just like I was researching Molly, period, and came across that. Although I think so. People have told me that they're on like antidepressants, and Molly just doesn't do anything for them.
I'd be so tight. I'd be so tight.
But I mean, give it a shot.
If it tastes bad,
imagine.
Or maybe it could very hurt a lot, but whatever.
Right, because I know one of the come down, there was there used to be the Suicide Tuesdays things because there'd be Monday night raves. A lot of people be doing Molly, and then because of the serotonin, a lot of people there'd be a lot of suicides with the young people because like that come down would be bad. for the people in the UK. This was like I think in the
That sounds like
90s
some
or
shit
something like that.
that D.A.R.E came up with, just to fuck with all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like all those like weird like little lies, like, oh yeah, like
Nah,
if you,
niggas was dying. Niggas was killing themselves.
oh
Like
man, that just
back then.
sounds. I don't
So,
know.
couple
It
things
sounds
there.
fake.
I know you
Two
gotta
things.
do it right though.
Two things I want to address. First of all, my brain's different. I think like
Yeah.
maybe 8 out of 10 people I talk to have said how bad the Molly come down is, and
Right.
that it's, albeit it's worth it, it does suck. I don't experience that. I actually feel great for days off Molly.
That's fire.
And another thing is D.A.R.E. So I've been having this conversation a lot recently, and I think I had a very different experience with my D.A.R.E. officer than anybody else.
Okay.
So did you guys? First of all, did you guys do D.A.R.E.? How did that go for you?
Yeah.
Like, what did your officer
Yeah.
tell you?
I said no. I opted
You
out.
never had a D.A.R.E. officer?
No, he showed up, but like I didn't participate in anything else. Like it was dumb.
Nah, they told us. She told us the same stuff. Drugs are bad, gangs are bad, black people are bad. The regular shit.
Black
So
people
I
are
think I
bad.
had a
Did you
little-
say? Did you sneak that in?
I didn't really hear that.
It was fire.
Because
Bars.
D.A.R.E. was run by the NYPD, and we know.
Yes, they don't really like anyone.
So for me, I think my D.A.R.E. officer was a little unorthodox. So first of all, this was a big fat white man. I think I'm in 3rd or 4th grade. He looked kind of like John Candy, just huge, fat, like comically fat white man, just very round.
Oh, I love that.
Little mustache. He was really big too. Like, when someone's like jolly looking, like he was super fat,
Yeah.
but he was like 6'5", or it felt like 6'5" because I was in 3rd grade. I don't know how tall he actually was. Probably was like 5'9", honestly. Because actually, you know what? He was probably the same height as my teacher, who was a woman, so he could have been that tall, but I was a small kid. So, but like in my eyes, big jolly white man, dark beard, a dark mustache, dark hair, and he did the whole D.A.R.E. spiel, like do these assignments, like what's bad. Who, like, don't do this, don't do that. But the last fucking day, I remember he said explicitly, he's like, listen, you're probably going to try a bunch of stuff in college, but stay away from crack, stay away from heroin. I don't care what else you do. Stay away from crack, stay away from heroin. Like that, he was very explicit about crack and heroin. He's like, you'll probably try psychedelics in college. You'll probably try weed in college. I don't like it, but you're probably going to do it. Whatever, have fun, but stay away from crack, stay away from heroin. And he nailed those points home. If you do either of these things one time, you will be addicted forever. And my teacher kind of rushed him out after that because I don't think he was supposed to tell us to do acid. He did specifically say, like, you will try psychedelics in college.
He wasn't supposed to tell us to do acid.
He wasn't.
That's a real
I'm
ass
glad John Candy told you not to do crack. You know what? If John Candy told me that message, I'd probably be a much better person anyway. So maybe shout out to him. Shout out to your D.A.R.E. officer.
Yo, that ass.
You know what's funny too? I thought, because obviously I'm in 3rd, 4th grade, I don't fucking know that he wasn't supposed to say that. It wasn't until I was literally, I want to say 27. I was talking to some girl who was a social worker, and she was, part of her job was like to come up with strategies to keep kids off drugs. And I was like, is D.A.R.E. not working anymore? And like she was like, there's like areas that have D.A.R.E. have some of the highest or like average drug rates, like D.A.R.E. is not effective. And I was telling her like, oh well, D.A.R.E. worked for me, and I told her this story, and she was like, he wasn't supposed to tell you that. Like, and I was like, he wasn't. Like, I thought that was the regular spiel. Like, I thought I was not the regular
spiel. Not the regular spiel, Justin. I'm sorry to tell you, but he wasn't supposed to. John Candy was not supposed to tell you, hey, you know what? You're definitely going to boof something up your butt. So it's going to be fun. College is going to be dope. Have a good time. Enjoy.
I didn't go to college, but I do psychedelics now. I'm hopefully, cross your fingers, going to try acid for the first time this month.
Nice.
Which, by the way, I will be in Houston next weekend, so I'll see what I can do. I'll update you as we go, because I think I fly in Thursday, so I might be on drugs Friday. If I'm not on drugs Friday, I think we'll probably be recording. We'll definitely probably do an episode Sunday. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Listen, whatever we got to do, we can even bank an extra episode. We can just do that for you.
I'm gonna do acid on the
have some
pod
fun.
one day. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, we should do that.
On air? I don't know.
On here.
So the only person who's described acid to me thoroughly so I don't know what acid feels like. I don't know.
It actually might fuck the pot up.
It's fun.
But the thing is, like the movies versus what shrooms are in real life was totally different. Like I thought
Yes.
shrooms was going to be way crazier on the high and way
Same.
crazier on like a bad high, and it was like completely different than anything the movies described. So I don't know what acid is going to be like, but a friend of mine from high school, I guess I won't say his name because he's kind of a doctor, so I'm not going to say his name. But
You've said his name on the
no,
pod.
this is a different. I've so all my young Jewish friends that I grew up with are all like in medical healthcare now because obviously.
Damn, good for them.
But they all do drugs and rave also on the side.
I remember that. Okay,
so
okay.
But one of them, I asked him to this. So all right, so here the story was. So the story was, I was supposed to hang out with this girl, and we were supposed to hang out on like let's say a Friday, whatever. That Thursday, I was texting her, and she said like she had got acid off a friend and did acid. So come Friday, she didn't want to. No, sorry, we were supposed to chill on Saturday. So come Saturday, she didn't want to hang out because she was having a quote unquote acid hangover. I had never heard of this. This happened maybe right before Rona, right? So, you know, she was describing her quote unquote acid hangover as like she couldn't put words together, she couldn't do like math problems, like, and it's just something that happens, right? So I asked a friend of ours that we all know, again, I'm not gonna say their name, but she had said, yeah, that's normal. Give her a week. And I was like, a week? What do you mean? She's like, yeah, acid hangover could last like a week. And I was like, if something can make you hungover for a week, why the fuck would you do it? That does not sound worth it. And she was like, no, like acid's super great. But she couldn't explain to me why it was great, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to this doctor friend who was actually a pharmacist. So he was saying to me, I asked him, like, is that a normal thing, like to be hungover for like a week? And he's like, I actually listened to the voice messages again the other day, and he was like, a week is, he's like, a week would only be normal if this girl only sleeps like 3 hours a night. You know, it's going to impact different people different ways, but if you do, because he's like, the thing is your brain is like your brain is basically working out on hyper mode for 8 hours while you're on acid. Anywhere from 6 to 12 hours, depending on how much you do, whatever. So he's like, obviously your brain needs to rest, so you should get like 10 hours of sleep after you do acid. If you don't do that and you continue that pattern, you might feel foggy for a week, but whatever. But then I asked him to describe how acid feels, and he said it's like, no, I'm trying to like get exactly his verbiage, but he said basically that you can basically see math in real life. You can appreciate shapes and functions and how things move and how things work.
It's so funky how people can like have it like completely different experiences. That's what's wild about it.
Yeah, he was like, he's like basically like all your senses are heightened. You can, and on top of the heightening of your senses, you can appreciate the fact on a deep spiritual level that you have senses at all, that you can feel, that you can see, that you can breathe. And he ended that with, also you should smash on it. That was his exact quote.
Yeah. You should. So you should. It is one of those. It's exactly. So like for everyone, like I had like no mathematic experience or something like that. Like there was nothing like that, but they're like intense emotions you go through, and like especially like appreciation or love and appreciation comes in like I don't know, it's like a full-on tsunami like over your body. Like you just like you, especially if you're with somebody, you're gonna like link with them for a little bit, and like if you do end up like sleeping with them, it's gonna be a nice experience because you end up just like,
wow,
I don't know, you feel warm, you feel enthused, you feel like everything just like it, like you start to really feel connections. And I think that's the underlying like note for everyone. Like you feel connected with whatever it is that you want to be connected, especially.
You know, I think.
I mean, I hope you get to try it, man. Because like I said, I love drugs.
I've just drawn the conclusion that my tabs must have been fucking weak.
Because he kind of described it in a way where it kind of sounded like the first time I did shrooms. The first time I did shrooms, I was by myself. This was actually during Corona, like so it was a lockdown, and I got shrooms off. Well, I'm not gonna say who, but anyways, I had shrooms, and it was like. I felt joy. It was so crazy because I felt so connected to the universe. So I have a problem where I think about death a lot. Like because I can't quantify like an infinite bleakness. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah,
my brain like gets like
sleeping
really, like, that's
forever
the one thing that gives me like anxiety,
with no dreams.
Makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Like just trying to quantify like, and especially it came up too when I watched the ending of Sopranos because Joe, did you see The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
and
where
just
just
goes
like it
black.
kind of just they give this kind of inference that Tony is killed, and it's just an infinite black. So like sometimes at night when I'm like by myself and I'm like in the dark, I'm like like it
Is
could
this what
happen
it's
at any
like?
time. I'm not really that young anymore, and I feel that on a really deep fucked up level sometimes where I really can't get out of that like that's why I don't smoke weed because that's all I feel. Like I feel the
Right.
infinite black when like
Mm-hmm.
crawling on me when I'm fucking
Mm-hmm.
on weed. But on shrooms, I was like, I'm a part of the universe. Like I'm fucking stardust. I'm like, all those memes you read, like you're made of the same things as the stars. And so I
Yes.
really but I felt that on a deep
Yeah.
spiritual level.
Yeah.
So first time I'm on shrooms, I'm by myself, I'm naked in my room, looking in the mirror, like, wow, you are a god, you are a piece of the universe, and one day you will die and return to this great infinite. But I can't like feel that again when I'm sober, and I'm like, I really want to again. I'm supposed to do shrooms again this month too. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but like I was gonna say no shrooms till summer because my last trip was kind of bad, but it was kind of funny bad. So I don't know. I need a reset though.
Funny bad. What
Did I ever
made
tell
it
you my
funny
bad
bad?
trip?
Yeah.
I
I feel
Yeah.
like
When
I
you were at
remember it.
you were at the crib, somebody's crib. You were at your homegirl's
I mean,
crib.
I'll tell it again. We got a lot
Yeah.
more followers than the last time I told it. So I'm at my home. So my friend lives. So I have a friend. Let's call her Ramona. So Ramona lives at Samantha's house. Samantha owns the home, and Ramona just stays like in the attic when she's back in town because Ramona goes like back and forth from Detroit to wherever. So I go over and we're all hanging out for like a second, and then Samantha, the homeowner, goes to sleep. So I'm in my giggly, joyful, mushroom trip,
Yeah.
and me and Ramona are hanging out, but Ramona is drunk because it's like a going away thing she's having. So Ramona passes out. So I'm like, fuck, like I need to go home because I don't want to wake up Samantha because like I don't really know Samantha like that. I don't know the
Yeah.
homeowner like
Right.
that.
Right.
So I'm like in my head, I'm just like freaking out. Like, am I bothering this girl? Am I gonna ruin Ramona's situation because Ramona lives there
Yeah.
for free? Like, and I'm just freaking out. And I'm like, well, I can't just walk out the door because this is fucking Detroit, and they're really like on top of locking their doors at night. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't want to wake anybody up to lock the door for me. Like, what the hell? Da, da, da. And then I
Right.
literally got in the bathroom, took my clothes off, and stared at myself in the mirror naked. And I was like, okay, this is fine. Like, I'm being silly. Then I drove home, which was funny as hell. But yeah, like the thing about I said this before, and like and this is like people always ask me like why I don't smoke weed. First of all, one thing I
Yeah.
realized I don't need weed. A lot of people need
Need it.
weed to like really function. I don't.
Mhm.
So weed brings
Yeah.
me down, and it like brings me down to a point where like all my negative thoughts are hyper loud. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna die one day, you're never gonna be shit, you're gonna be lonely. And like even like the
Yeah.
most minuscule that I don't even like think in my waking life are hyper loud. When I'm on shrooms and having a bad trip, in
Okay.
the movies, they make it seem like this hellscape, like you're gonna fucking die, you're gonna go through a fever, like a coma, whatever's gonna be
Yeah.
see dragons. But in real life, it's like you have
I would love
really
to see
funny
dragons.
thoughts that are negative, and then when you're
Yeah.
sober again, you're like, wow, that was funny. Like
That
it
was
was,
hilarious.
like in the moment you were like, oh my god, what if they hear the keys jingling and I
Yeah.
wake people up? This is the worst thing ever. But when you're sober, you're like, oh, that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when
Yeah,
you're sober, for me, when I'm sober off weed, it's like, damn, I am gonna die one day.
Right. It's like, yeah, that
That's
was
a bummer.
whack. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It affects everybody different. I enjoy I actually took a tincture, which this shit hits like fast, like a lot faster than I remember.
Oh, weed?
Yeah. I got like some like little tinctures supposed to taste like watermelon. These tinctures always taste like ass. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I don't like about it. Like it's just like bleh. But it hits and it
Dude.
hits hard, and I just giggle and I get creative, and then I start thinking about doing things. And
Can you like
Weed products
can you
always,
like
I think it's so
put a
funny.
drop
Like
in
weed.
water?
What was that, Joe?
What's that?
Can you like put a drop in water and drink it? Like you think that'll
Oh
like
yeah.
dilute?
That's what you could put like orange juice or something like that. That's
Okay.
pick something strong, and like some
Yeah.
people will do coffee in the morning. So like they do that up or downer, which is the
Up or
best
downer.
in the
I
world.
love that shit. Oh.
Yeah, bro. Like okay, so I had
It's so good.
when I was doing outside sales, like I would have to like physically talk to people, and doing that on a repetitive basis for like as your job, gets like really old, and it like gives you, it starts to make you, it has made me anxious for a little bit. So when my winning combo, bro, was what did they put me on? Like they put me on like a PRN for like an anxiety med. It was kind of like Klonopin, but it wasn't. I can't remember. Ativan. So they gave me Ativan. My winning combo was Ativan, a Red Bull, and like a bunch of drags from my pen. And I would be like, like the best version of myself. Like I would be like, "Hi, how are you doing?" Just like I'm out, like and then make like $2-3 grand in a day, and go home and
You guys
feel
gotta
good about myself.
You guys got to experiment with nootropics and shit. Because first of all, they're probably cheaper. Because I feel like weed. That's the other thing about weed. Like everyone wants me to smoke weed, and I'm like, even if I did enjoy it, that's a fucking expensive ass fucking hobby, dude. What is it like? Like
Yes.
there was somebody posting that they smoke like $40 a day of weed.
No, that's
kind of
insane.
ridiculous. That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
All right, even if
kind
it
of
was
ridiculous.
$10 a day, which I'm sure you guys smoke at least 10 a day, at least 5 a day, 30 days a month. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, no,
Listen,
it is.
That's car insurance.
It's like I mean, so I usually buy like an
Yeah.
eighth a week, so it's about $35 a week. So that's about $140 a month.
Yeah, that's almost my car insurance.
You just gotta you put it in the budget. Yeah, you just gotta budget it in. Because it's it's like medicine, but it's just self medicine.
Even when I was like a broker man and I only smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a week, I felt cigarettes. Like I felt it in my wallet of $8 twice a week, $16. That's all my subscriptions combined. That's Netflix, HBO. Well, I don't pay for HBO. Thanks for that, Christian. But that's like Netflix, HBO, Hulu, and Crunchyroll, and that's all my subscriptions in one for just cigarettes. I want to say bad, actually.
Yeah, I know I was fucking depressed today. I thought about picking up smoking today.
At 30 years old?
At 31 years old, I was out. I was at work. I'm getting shopping carts in the cold, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, that can definitely
and
make
Justin,
you think about that.
you were actually the first person I thought of, because I was like, nah, Justin quit smoking.
I quit cold turkey. I
was like, he's gonna tell me not to smoke, so I'm not gonna fucking do it.
Oh yeah, never smoked. Cigarettes are the dumbest thing in the world. The only reason I smoked for so long is because I literally started when I was 13.
Yeah. I want to try a Black and Mild though, because they smell so good.
Black and Milds are nice.
You think Black and Mild smell good?
Yeah, OD.
Yeah, they do. Hell yeah!
Oh my god!
I mean, like a wine wood tip is like I guess I can see that. But
there
like,
you go.
Most niggas aren't smoking that.
Wine wood tips. That is the goat. That is the finest. And then you get like a Ballantine with that. You're in like hood heaven.
You have to be on a lot of drugs to fuck with a Black and Mild. Because
no, bro.
No, because here's the thing about Black and Mild. So a Black and Mild is not like a cigarette. A cigarette, I was smoking for 20 years. I could smoke a cigarette start to finish, tops 8 minutes. A Black and Mild would take me about 23. Obviously, you would die at the end of that. So you don't smoke a full. You only smoke a full Black and Mild if you are on drugs. You have to clip the Black and Mild, and when you clip it, it does not smell that same.
No, it does not smell good.
Right. That's
you got to throw it out.
I'll pay for it. Hit it a couple. That's all I want to do. Hit it a couple times.
I seen my boy, shout out Danny, literally smoke a Black and Mild in the clean Pennsylvania, Delaware River. Yeah, and he's just like, like I'm like you, like not, you'll never leave the South Bronx. That's who you are. It's fine. But yeah, those wood tips, the wine wood tips, they're so good. Remember the ones that they had like cream or what was it, like cognac? Yeah,
good for like 3 fucking puffs when you're drunk out of your mind. I don't know if they're
so good. But that's when it hits. That's when it hits, when you're drunk out of your mind.
That's why I want a cigarette right now, because this is 7%. This I got random beer from this New Orthodox Indian Pale Ale B43.
Oh my god! I had a really good time this weekend.
Instead of buying an eighth of weed this week, I'm gonna get shrooms.
Yeah, that's fine.
You just got it like that? You just snap your fingers and have drugs?
Yeah.
Niggas is plugged up out here, baby. I mean,
bro,
it's just a matter of hitting someone up and then having to wait. I will have to wait a few days or some shit like that,
Wow.
But
I don't think it. It's not that crazy.
When was the last time you did shrooms?
I haven't done shrooms in a minute. It's been a few years. Even though the first time I did LSD, I drank the remnants of some shroom tea, which didn't do anything. I was on LSD, but I wasn't really feeling it. But also, it really I was just drinking like fucking water that tasted like mushrooms, and I was so sad about it. I was like, this tastes horrible, but I kept drinking it. I don't know why. I was just,
I feel
I
like
was off the
mushrooms
shit.
don't taste that bad. Everyone says how bad they taste.
Mushrooms are
You drink it
delicious.
like
It
they're
it
not
didn't.
good. They taste like dirt.
No,
but,
they're
like, not, like,
delicious.
Yeah.
horrible
Hold
for
on. Have you had a stuffed mushroom?
No. We're talking
Oh, yeah,
about
I'm
the
talking about
drugs.
drugs.
We're
I'm
talking about
not
shrooms.
talking
the
about
mushroom.
actual
Okay.
mushroom. I would love a nice portobello, but
Oh yeah, I thought you was slandering mushrooms across the board.
Not
My
yet.
bad.
It just tasted like dirty, like a dirty
Yeah.
mushroom.
Yeah.
Like a dirty baby Bella in water, not cooked.
But I mean, like
well, not
niggas
seasoned.
gas it because they'd be like, I have to
Yeah.
put it on a sandwich or have it in tea. Like, it's not that bad. Or you could even like just crumple them up and then
Oh,
roll
wait a
them up and
minute.
then just like pop it like a pill and swallow them with water. Like, you don't have to taste it. Like, niggas go hard. Like, I'm gonna fucking throw honey on them and
OJ.
put them in a peanut butter sandwich. Like, all
I
right,
forgot.
nigga, you're doing too much.
I did do acid somewhat recently.
Yeah, you did.
Earlier
Yeah, that's
in the
like
fall.
maybe like 30 episodes ago, and you didn't really talk about it. You were just like, it was fun.
It was
I
fun.
was
It
driving.
good.
I was driving my bro home, and he's just like, "Yo, I got some shrooms. You want to take a piece?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was small though, so it wasn't nothing crazy. I just felt nice,
You know what's funny?
Speaking of feeling
So-
nice, I wanna
Oh, go for it.
talk about something. It's Pokemon Day, guys, and it
Yeah, I didn't know
also
that till an
happens
hour
to
ago.
be it also happens to be the Independence Day for the Dominican Republic. So it begs to the question: when are we gonna have a Plátano based Pokemon? Like, I think we need it. We need to find it. We need it. We need to make it a tropical, like, plantain like Pokemon at this point. But no, it is Pokemon Day, and it's 25 years to the date when Pokemon was released in Japan, which is kind of wild. Like, I mean, like, to think that like something like has that much mainstay power, and it's I think it's ranked at number 1 as the most recognized brand in the entire world. Like,
What drug do you think the creator was on when he was inventing Pokemon? Because now that I think about it, that's a pretty drugged out concept.
oh yeah, hell yeah, bro. But no, he it's kind of like so they have like they have things called yokai in Japan. So it's a part of like their culture also is like catching bugs and kind of like comparing them against each other and getting information. So like there's like a like deep in like people are
Cultural history.
ingrained. Yeah, and it's just kind of like if you've ever read about yokai or you ever watch Yokai Watch, or you kind of like get the understanding that it's about like catching these little things and comparing it with your friends, and that's why
So
like Pokemon actually.
Right. It's not the prototype for the
Exactly.
for the genre. and concept.
No, it's not. It's something that has been existing for quite a while, and it's a part of like the history of the that culture. So like it's pretty dope. I don't know, man. Like I love that shit. I love reading into things, and Nintendo. Like, not only that, like I think Nintendo's number 2 right after Pokemon, and that's like the oldest company, one of the oldest companies in the world, because they started
Nintendo?
out as like. Yeah. They started
Now,
out with playing
what?
cards. Yeah, they started out with
Wait,
playing cards.
let's back up.
Ready?
I feel like so Nintendo can't be the oldest. What are you oldest like
One of
game
the-
company? Because obviously there's a nigga who owns bread, like Wonder Bread. You know what I mean? Like, what is the oldest? Like, so oldest in what category? Like oldest in gaming, oldest in Japan, oldest.
Just in general. It was founded in
Like
1889. That company.
Nintendo.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
What the fuck were they doing for like 200 years before video games came out?
They were doing playing cards, and it was like, have you ever seen the Nintendo playing cards? They're really beautiful. Oh, you know the playing card that what's his name has in Demon Slayer as an earring?
Yeah.
Okay, those are the what Nintendo cards looked like. They would have like images like the sun, but also like other paintings and stuff like that. And it was kind of like the original trading card game. And it also had like a game, like a point to it. Like you would have to,
So it's
they
the
had a
oldest
set of
gaming
rules.
company.
Yeah, it's also. I mean, by a far stretch, it's also one of the oldest companies in the world. I mean, 1889. Like what other
Really?
companies are older? Like,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
a
there's
lot.
a bunch
Like I
of
said, niggas
yeah,
like
like
Wonder Bread.
electricity companies.
I don't know, like white.
Bread,
18
electricity, like all the basic shit you own. I think Nestle was like 200 years old or something.
Yeah, there's got to still be some like oil
Watch.
companies or
Watch.
that have
Okay.
turned into.
Okay. Oh wow. They're the oldest company still operating today. There is one from 578 AD, which is kind of way older than I was
All
talking about.
banks are the oldest companies. Oh, did you see that thing about all the banks that like own slaves, like Wells
Oh,
Fargo
yeah.
and like Banks of America,
Yeah.
and they like apologized for like having owned slaves. They didn't give any money back to us, obviously, but they're like,
Right.
oh.
No
I
reparations.
think it was like
No
JP Morgan.
My
reparations.
bad.
Like, all those companies are like a billion years old. Could you imagine like being in that family?
You know what's fucked up? At not only Wells Fargo not like actually cutting a check for black people that that need reparations, they actually went ahead and put overdraft fees. These motherfuckers, they straight up fucking took the money, won't give the money back, and now charging us even more money for overdraft protection. God damn it.
How much are reparation? How much do you think reparations should be? Like,
I mean,
and
40
how
acres and
should
a mule
At
plus
least black
inflation.
people should get like no overdraft fees
I
for
mean,
the rest
but,
of
like-
their lives.
like what? What if you don't want 40 acres of land or any mules? Like, what
How
if you're
much
like,
does 40 acres and a mule cost today?
I don't know.
You get all your
I
overdraft
guess
fees back.
It depends on where the acres are, right? Mules. I don't know what the mule market is today.
You don't pay closing cost on a house.
Would it
There you
be
go.
like a one-time check? Like
I believe there was I think
Like,
some
it's just
rapper
forever.
tweeted like, as reparations, black people shouldn't have to pay taxes for 400 years.
Yeah,
I'll take
that
that.
sounds fun.
I mean,
That
I
sounds
won't
fun.
take anything because I wouldn't get any reparations. I do not deserve them. I do not have lineage to any slaves that were here in America. But I think that would be fair.
But the whole world needs to pay up, bro.
No, that's a
Let's get
fact.
it.
That's a fact. But like, I know I'm not
Colombia
gonna get.
took a part of that shit. Like,
Yeah,
Puerto
like
Rico
I
took
know.
a part of
I
that
know.
shit.
I know. I
There's
ain't
a
getting
slave
no.
trade.
I know. I ain't
Literally-
getting no money from Colombia. I know they ain't sending me not a goddamn dollar.
No, because they have not come to grips with that one either. That's a hard pill to swallow. Like, it's
Yeah, being realizing you're racist is a hard pill to swallow. I'm sure.
yeah, no, but
Wow,
it's like
I'm a hateful being.
you're not hateful, but no, it's a part. It's a like because Latinos don't have that inward like kind of introspective kind of thing that is going on as like an undercurrent. Like, you have artists that are kind of pushing those like boundaries, and that's great. But like there's not enough of the conversation. Like, there's progressive like footwork that is going ahead. Like, Colombia actually went ahead and made it legal for abortions across the entire country, which is kind of
Whoa.
like it's a landmark event for just countries in general. So it's I don't know, man. But there's a lot to like, you have things like FARC, and then you have things like, these other forces that are looking to actually uphold black women and, marginalized communities in the country itself, but in the guise of,
So I got a figure.
an M16.
You got a figure?
And a machete.
I got a figure. I'm just skimming through. So I love that white people can just do this for fun, because like there's like an ABC News article with a bunch of like economists talking about like, if we gave these niggers reparations, what would they be? I know we're not going to, but it's fun to calculate. But let's see. There's a bunch of different figures here, but eliminating the difference in household wealth, quote unquote, would require reparations outlay of $10.7 trillion or $267,000 per person for the 40 million eligible black descendants of slavery. D.A.R.E and Mullet Right. Those are two like economists. So
Wow.
$276,000 per person in America is like a random figure from ABC News.
Imagine.
$200,000?
$250,000. And not just you getting $250,000, you and all your niggas getting $250,000.
Whoa!
That would be amazing. I would love to
I'm
watch
just saying,
that. That's
America.
that real
If you want to get rid of me, I'll be dead in a week if you give me that money right now. I won't even be able to spend it all. I'm just saying, if y'all want to just
So let's
Oh my
assume we're all
God.
Black American descendants of slaves, which is probably
Right.
very likely. What are you spending $250,000 on immediately?
Okay. I'm buying a fucking chain.
Yeah.
You nigger.
Why? Exactly. I'm gonna do
What is it
exactly
gonna
what
be?
you
What is
don't
it gonna
want
be?
me to do.
What is it gonna be?
It's gonna be something chill. It's probably just gonna be a little moth and gold. But then I'm definitely
I love
gonna
it.
I'm definitely gonna probably invest in some property. Put a down payment on something. Get me and my friends get our money together. Start a trust and do some group economic type shit. Then I'm gonna get mad tattoos.
Hold on. 7% of 250,000.
And I'm going to buy a Nike Tech suit for every day of the month. I'm gonna buy 30. I'm gonna have a closet full of Nike Tech suits. And I will wear one for every different day of the month.
You
with
just said you
sneakers
would
to
be
match.
dead within the week, and now you're planning
No,
the
well,
funeral outfit.
Yeah, because like he said immediately what you're gonna do. So I'm gonna just be like, all right, boys, let's do some real estate. Somebody get on it. I'm gonna go buy a chain that day. I'll put a down payment on the chain.
I
I'll
would
get
love
the chain
that.
in a few days, and then like by day 7, after I've bought all these Nike Techs, I'll probably overdose on coke.
I think we should
And
buy
then
chains.
I
We
will
should do
leave
that
all of
now.
my Nike Techs to all of my niggas, and they'll
Wow.
engrave like Thrilla
Wow.
on it. It'll be the special Thrilla edition of Nike Techs, and I will
Thriller
live in
Mob.
everyone's memory. Yeah.
We'll call it Thriller
I
Mob.
think. Why
We'll
would I
call
do?
it
Hold on. Let me do some math.
Thriller Squad. No, that's too close to Terror Squad.
So let's see. If let's do some math. So if I invest all of it in the S&P 500, assuming a 7% return on my investment every year, I would only have $18,690 every year, assuming there's a 7% return, which is about average for the S&P 500. So
That's whack. That's
I wouldn't put it all in the stock market. I would so first of all, I wouldn't do anything for like 2 weeks. I would definitely quit my job. It would probably take me about a month before I quit my job because it wouldn't even seem real. After that, I think I would at the job probably start looking up different real estate investments, probably buy a little building, something I could put like a nice like 40 grand down. Yeah. So like a little $500,000 building. So 10%, like, something I could throw like 50 grand at to just like have some like real estate income. But I would probably get fired from my job while looking this up because I'd just be on my phone on Thrillah all day.
You'd be like, suck my dick,
so they were like, you
suck
have
my
to
dick.
go. And I'd be like, all right, later.
I'm going to need you to clock out.
So I probably have that project just to like not feel too guilty about just like not doing anything for a while because I'd have to obviously like put some renovation money in that. But yeah, I mean, if I had, let me see. Let's just hold on. Let me see.
I'm probably buying 20,000.
Boys, that just got a sexy message.
If I could find 4 units, if I had 4 units for $500,000, that means I'd have to put 50,000 down. And if I could find somewhere that rents for $1,600 a spot, 4 units, how much is that a year? I'm doing a lot of math right now.
Wow, I'm not there, bro. I am not there to do math with you.
I'm buying like probably like $20,000 worth of pounds.
So if I can get a 4-unit spot, if I can get a 4-unit spot, rent it out for at least $1,000 a piece. What's the tax on that when you rent out shit when you're a landlord? I think it's the same thing as income. So
is it? Yeah, like 36%.
I think it's 23%. So there'd probably be 4,000 times 23. I think that's 2,600. So about 2,600 a month. And if I just live normally, I'd probably just do that and then just throw a whole shitload into mutual funds. I wouldn't do anything too crazy because I'd be scared that money was going to disappear. So I'd probably buy property. Yeah. And then like after maybe like a year, I'd probably buy more property. But I think my first thing I would just own some land, own some buildings, probably here in Detroit because you can get some dirt cheap shit.
Yeah. I'm buying gold Glocks for all my niggas. I'm putting guns in the hood. Gold G-locks, switches and all that. And then I'll probably go to honestly, like if I got paid like $250,000, I'm probably gonna go to the grocery store, like, and just buy all the snacks that I want, and just be like, I want to try that, and just buy that, and fill up my shopping cart. buy all the fruit.
I would definitely fly out to fuck somebody from the internet pretty immediately. I think that that would be a first. Like, who's like the sexiest
Yes, I
girl I
got
can think
flight
of?
Airbnb money,
Can
baby.
we-
I'm on my
Hold
way.
on. I gotta go back to something that I heard Joey say, like talking about like blowing like cash at a grocery store. That's gotta be the best feeling in the world, bro. Like I don't
Oh
know
my
what
God.
anybody like. I've seen. So I worked at Whole Foods, and you working at Trader Joe's. Like I'm sure you see a lot of people with a good amount of money. Like there is like some people just walk through and like that's their shop. It's like Whole Foods was like that, would cater to those people,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
like so they'd break out the black Amex, or they'd break out like like they break out all these ridiculous cards to pay for the amount of groceries. I'll tell you a good story that like is like a little bit of a hood come up. So me and Joni used to live together, and before that I lived in this apartment by myself, so it was great. Then when Joni and me got together, and after some time we started living there by ourselves, and we eventually had to decided to move away. We that's the story, right? um but what happened was the landlord handed us over like the entire deposit, which was like double what the rent was, right? So we had no idea we had no idea this money was coming to us. We like technically didn't even like I chipped into it, but it was just because I guess the happenstance of where where I was, and he was just, I guess, just really wanted us out anyway. So we had all this fucking cash that we had never like like when you start holding like $4 or $5 and you're like, holy shit. Like we went that night when we moved up, and we took the U-Haul, and it was just her pregnant as hell, and me with the truck, not supposed to be on the road, but we get to Walmart and we fucking go buck wild in Walmart. Buck wild, like had like no sense. I was like, we need an AC crank, like we need like all this stupid, like, but it was just a fucking awesome feeling because like we didn't even look. It was just like money we didn't expect, and we just like, you know what, we need all this shit, and we're gonna do it. And it was just one of those blessings. Sometimes you luck out. Life is smiles upon you. That's
Actually, I'll say this. If any of us or any of our listeners suddenly come on to large sums of money, just buy a financial advisor to tell you what to fucking do with it, how to maximize it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
And
I'm
some
like,
financial
hey,
advisors are free because their job is to get you rich, so they are getting paid a percentage of your like annual income. It's like
right,
1%
Well,
or something like that.
right.
So
if you
I
want to
mean,
promote
1% of
your
if you want to
financial,
promote your financial advising services on the National Meat Treasure, feel free
I
to
do
reach
know a
out
few of
in our
you.
DMs.
I
I
do
want to
know
hit
a
up a
few of you.
financial advisor now. Be like, hey, bro, what should I do if I'm making $1,500 a month? What should I do with my money? Like, get
Yeah.
another job, nigga. Get another job, stupid. Like,
$1,500 a month.
don't change jobs. Get another one. Like,
Yeah, you should.
that's not how much I
I
make.
miss having
That's not how
unlimited
much I
money.
make.
Thank you, Joey.
Not that I make much more than that. I feel like it might be 1,600. I don't know.
You know what? It's reality, and you're in New York City. You're scratching and surviving, and it's rough out there,
Which,
bro.
by the way, when
Barely.
the fuck are you gonna
Staten.
leave New York, bro?
I have a lot of shit to do, so I'm not sure. I have a lot of shit to do
I love
here.
how people. I always think every time I get that, like everyone's always like, "Oh, my family's here," but I'm like, bro, you pay $2,200 a month in rent. Like, you could literally move anywhere and have money to fly back every month, like for a same size apartment. You can move to Houston or fucking not even Houston, like you can move to fucking anywhere, like fucking anywhere, and have half the rent and have money to fly home and back every fucking month if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That ain't
I got a lot of
shit.
I have a lot of shit I got to do here with like music and stuff.
Yeah, you're a fucking sexy ass fucking music exec.
Like unless I could fly out a lot of people with me to like wherever I decide
Let's
to
do it.
fucking set up. Be like, all right, guys, we all live in this city now. But as soon as we get on, like I'm moving somewhere else away from all you people, like because fuck that.
I'll do.
303 Bam does Houston.
Let's do
We're
Houston,
about to
and
be
then
inside of Houston.
and then let's do L.A. Right?
Yes.
Because we have a couple of invites out there, and I'll do a little shout out for the boys, Lil Brown Boys and Lit Outlet. They both already talked about having us come out that way, so we got to find a way. You people got to pay for this. Justin said something very famous at the beginning of the podcast, and I love it because it's the only it's the mantra that lives in my head, and I'm done entertaining you for free. And he was like referencing all of our friends who have had to hear Justin's musings and bullshit for nothing, freebies, golden nuggets. Do they know it's golden? They
They know it's golden in the moment, and they're just like, "Wow, this guy's giving me all this shit for free, and I gotta hold back.
Yeah, you gotta hold back. The Patreon's coming. You fucking got to start paying. Like, I don't know, man. We got to fly. We got to fly on a budget.
I want to go to LA because I want to see homeless people. I love homeless tent cities. Oh my god, it's so dystopian.
I hate that you love that. Like, it's the word.
I mean, I can say that. I can say that because I was homeless, so it's like funny to say. Like, it's not like I'm like a rich person like looking in, like, oh my god, look at the common folk. No, I'm a homeless nigga, and I like to see homeless niggas like colluding. Like last time I went, it was so funny because like the last time I went to LA was 2008. You were there, so there was mad homeless people everywhere. Like I was as a New Yorker, I was a New Yorker going to LA
in Hollywood.
I was astonished how many homeless people were there. So imagine now, because I heard it's gotten like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
One thing that's really cool about Hollywood is like when you walk by, like the homeless niggas would be smoking weed. So it's like
that's the difference. Like
I respect.
But now New York City dudes could do that.
I ain't got nowhere to go, but I could. Yeah, it's cold though, so it sucks.
Yeah, you know what?
Fucking brick.
You could be really fit in Venice Beach and just fucking weed and be homeless. Like it could be the whole experience.
It's mad weird to be homeless in America. Like, why would you even stay here? You can go anywhere. As someone who was homeless and like I could have gone to the Mediterranean. You know what I was listening to.
Well, how would you have gotten there with not enough money though? Like
you can figure it out. I mean, you could panhandle for a year and go to anywhere in the world. Really, it's not like you have overhead.
Right.
Literally, you have nothing
over your head.
Damn, that is a bar,
bro. We have been friends for too long. We couldn't have done that at the exact time.
But you can't get a passport.
I was saying there was another podcast I was listening to,
right?
And I think it was something with Andrew Schultz on it. But they were saying that like the reason Americans are so hungry is because this country's new. So when you go to like Italy and like Greece and like anywhere in like the Mediterranean. Like they don't have like the go get it, like get after it hustle mindset because their countries are so old that like they kind of have it all. So your thing is like just work enough to like chill. And like then they focus their whole culture is focused on chilling. Their whole culture is focused. That's why you have like so much good wine coming from there because like they're not like, trying to like make wine to be the richest things in the world. They're trying to make wine because they genuinely enjoy the pressing of grapes. They make
that's where you get artisans.
That shit.
Nigga, I'm out.
So
like, actually,
1,000 years America won't be like this hustle empire like it is now. It'll be like this chill place.
Ain't gonna be no 1,000 years, my nigga.
I mean, like if I knew that as a homeless person, because obviously, I mean, I didn't know that until I was 35 or 34. So like, as a homeless person, if I know this, I'm going to fucking Europe. What's gonna do? Kick me out? I'm homeless. I'm not gonna go.
Hold on.
How would you have gotten a passport? That's what I want to know. Like, how would you get
a passport?
Okay.
I mean, you have one now, but like, if you're homeless,
I forgot.
Let's forget the passport. Let's forget the passport. Okay. Let's forget the passport and let's say that you can transport to anywhere you want, but you're homeless. What country do you go with?
I want to be warm if I'm homeless, but I don't know if there's warm countries where you can be homeless. I can't think of warm countries where you can be homeless and like.
I want to see Jamaica.
Cool.
Jamaica. Okay. All right. I feel like you would get killed
anyway. It's like a lot of people live off the land.
Everyone's going through it.
Everyone's black. You know, I feel like one of my followers just like moved to Jamaica, and I was like looking at her shit. Like she literally like worked like 15 years. Like she's like from Miami, but she like
everyone's going through it anyway.
Nah, you know what? I feel like I feel like you can make it in Jamaica. Like you could like all right, so you could like you could sleep you could sleep on the beach. You could sleep on the beach, you know.
Fire.
And you could definitely like try to find some work just helping a little bit. Like I think you could make it in Jamaica. Like I think you could do it,
Fire.
you know.
You know what I heard too? I heard that the American dollar is worth 4 times more in like all of the Caribbean. I don't know how true that is, but like you panhandle for 2 years, you just save up your fucking ends and scraps, and then go to the Caribbean. Go to the Caribbean and buy a home.
Yeah.
I think that's
and then
cool.
like you score a job real quick, and then you valid. You live in a life.
Wow, we just fixed homelessness, guys. We figured it out.
All you have to do is swim to a better place because you can't get on a plane.
Just save up all your pennies. Don't go to Starbucks, and then you'll be able to afford one day.
Just make a raft out of garbage, and you can fucking row your way to the Caribbean. It's easy, of course. Hustle, grind, Gary V.
Yeah.
Hey,
Are you on TikTok?
What I gotta say is that when you think about it and you really put your head to it, like it's I love Gary V. I still love him. I love him so much.
Yeah, no, Gary V's great. There's this guy on YouTube who I always watch who does Gary V impressions, and it's mad annoying, but it's mad funny. He's like, "Hey, my man, are you on TikTok? Are you making content?"
Oh my god! Look, Joey just turned into Gary V for all of you for free again. God damn it! Again, just giving it away. Yo, I don't get it. But what a. So you said Jamaica, but Joey, you didn't say where you were picking.
Oh yeah, because I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna say the UK because it rains a lot, and then I'll just drown and die.
Not even gonna try to make it. Just give it up.
Look, bro,
right, I like that.
we need you. We need you to make it. Let's. You sure with the UK of all places?
Nah, I'm gonna just follow Justin and go to Jamaica. I'm gonna just be where's Justin? I'm going there because the bitches come to Justin.
I'll be your homeless prophet, just walking around with a stick.
That's kind of nice.
Nigga's Jesus.
That's kind of nice. I like that.
This nigga's Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like me and Jesus probably have the same hair. Jesus definitely had dreads. He was black.
He did. I mean, but I don't think they would be as manicured.
Wasn't Jesus Palestinian?
Yeah.
He didn't have 2-strand twist, but he for sure had dreads.
He didn't have 2-strand twists.
That's what I'm saying. He
didn't have his locks braided.
They were like, aplastado, like flat, or like, kind of like, just
the free form going on.
Exactly. There was never
Jesus, aka Basquiat.
I don't think Jesus God. Yeah. Oh my God. That's the title of this episode. Jesus looks like Basquiat.
if Jesus was actually white, they wouldn't have killed him. They would have let that nigga rock.
No. And they killed him and they made an example out of the motherfucker. Let's be real. Like if there's one way you end up dying, it's crucifixion. They were trying to make an example out of you.
Y'all gonna remember this forever.
Remember this motherfucker who said, "Free my people"? I want you to know you're not free. And that's what we're getting. And that's where we're going to end on. I think that's the note. You're always going to be somebody's bitch. This dark. I am going to say thank you again for tuning in. We are at episode 65. First off, boys, we're getting inching closer and closer to episode 100. We need to do something big for 100. I don't know if it's everybody gets like a stripper or everybody like
just do acid on it.
Like I think that's what it is. Like we got to do something. Like we can't.
Hey man,
we gotta set it off. Can we shoot
guns? Episode 100. Message us on the gram. Tell us what we should do for episode 100.
What should we do?
If not, we're doing acid. If not, we're doing acid on episode 100.
Acid.
On the pod.
Okay. And I gotta like pick up archery to like to redeem myself. Live sex show. With none of us, we're just gonna get
Are we gonna? Do we have to start an OnlyFans? Are we gonna just have a little circle jerk?
Only meatheads.
Only meatheads. That's what we'll call the Patreon.
That's what it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm good with this, but it's every Tuesdays and Thursdays we're dropping episodes. We're dropping them on Spotify. We're dropping them on everywhere you Apple Podcasts, and remember to rate us on both of those because they do end up helping us out, and we appreciate the feedback, and reach out to us on Instagram, reach out to us on TikTok, reach out to us wherever you see us. Talk to us about what you're thinking, because I like hearing people just randomly chiming in, telling me hey, I checked this out, and I think I can speak for all of us that it's enjoyable. So do it for us, and I don't know, what did you got to say, Sasha? See, the brain is remembering.
YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts. They've been getting us a lot of
YouTube Shorts.
traction. If you
Thank
could go
y'all.
there, if you aren't subscribed to the
Check
YouTube,
'em out.
subscribe. If you see our
They're
shorts,
hilarious.
like them, comment. Again, reach out for what you want us to do for episode 100. I'm a wild boy. I'm single. I'm on crack. I'll do whatever. So let us know what you want to see.
Your D.A.R.E officer is disappointed. Your D.A.R.E officer is disappointed. You're on crack.
If he's gonna give me his pension, then I won't do crack. I'm pretty sure he's probably
leave
retired
John
now.
Candy alone. He's dead because he's overweight and obesity.
Yeah, Rona probably killed his fat ass. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at thin.cruel.lips so I don't die a fat ass cop.
That's a genre.
God, I wish I could figure out where he was right now. He's definitely on. He's probably saying that the virus is, like his last tweet was probably the virus isn't real because he's a fat cop.
Yeah, he definitely is.
And then he
died. Bars. He probably
also,
got one of those fake vaccine cards.
I need my nails done again. Also, by the way, I will be in Houston March 4th through 8th. So this episode airs on Tuesday. I fly out Thursday. So no, this episode airs on Thursday. So I will be there. I will have landed. So if you are a Houston listener, let me know. Let's link up. I might be on acid. Get to know your favorite podcaster. You want to have sex? You want to have a food? You want to have a drink? You want to...
This is a personal
all of the above.
There's a lot of Mexicans over there. Let's go. Let's get the sombreros on and get it popping.
And follow our Spotify playlist, National Meat Treasure. Follow me on Instagram at Saint Thrillah, and from there you can find my many, many other things that I do, my many music projects. So hit me up on there. And back to you, Christian.
Well, this has been the National Meat Treasure, and as always, peace. Bye-bye.